Disney of animals. What does that mean to me? You know, I want people to love animals on a level that they can't anywhere else. A unique experience where you get up and close with animals, really to start to love the animals on a level that is just absolutely incredible. But what are the pillars of that idea? The first pillar is actually that it's great for all ages. So whether you're 3 years old or you're a full-grown adult, let's say you're 90 years old and you want to appreciate an adult alligator, the idea is that you want to make it special for all ages. No matter what age you are, you want that experience to be equally as amazing. Not so sure this is the experience anyone would want to have. Back to the pillars. I want to create experience that you cannot get anywhere else, and it grows your love of animals. I mean, holding an animal like Jeffrey here is amazing. You know, you got to remember that most places you can't touch them. They're behind the glass. To come here and to create that experience, not only is it amazing, but it also grows people's love for these awesome animals. My vision is to have a young kid walk through the door and have their eyes pop out of their head when they see an amazing animal like Elvis, a giant snake like my girl Gemma, or get to hold a baby albino alligator like my girl Freya, and have their mind absolutely blown with my two-headed snake Ben and Jerry. But I want to create an environment for adults as well. Maybe they can come and hold their dream animal if it's a green anaconda. Or get an opportunity to feed something that they only could have dreamed that they were gonna able to do in their life. Things that maybe they saw on TV when they were younger, or maybe a book that they read when they were younger, to experience something that they never thought they could. Bottom line, I want to create an experience that is unique as possible and completely unforgettable. By the way, winter's back. The next one is that we want every experience, whether it's at the aquarium, whether it's at the Reptarium, the new aquarium house, we want it to be clean and safe for everyone. That's why we work so hard and so tirelessly to socialize these animals. We're constantly training because we want the experience to be fun for every single person, and it can't be fun unless it's safe. And we have to also realize that, you know, animals are animals, right? We can't assume that nothing can happen. Everyone has bad days. That's why it's so important to have animal educators that not only can read the animal, but also can read the people, so that we can keep our animals safe and certainly keep our patrons safe and happy. And keeping the place clean is paramount. You don't want people to walk into the place. You don't want them to see dirty enclosures. You don't want to see dirty floors. Walking in and actually having the place look clean, smell clean, be clean for that mission statement, because that first impression of a person walking through the door is really going to set the tone for the experience that that person could potentially have. If they walk through the door and immediately the floor looks dirty, the cage looks dirty, they're not going to enjoy it as much. And our crew, Connie, Mike, and everyone does such an amazing job keeping this place spick and span. The next pillar is pay attention to detail. I want, as soon as people walk through the door, that they feel like they're actually in the exhibit, right? They're part of the experience. It's not a zoo that has a bunch of animals in enclosures. You're actually walking through the trees. You see the foliage all over the place. The environment itself, you know, you got rocks in the way. I mean, attention to detail. Details make the difference. The smallest detail makes the biggest difference. You've got to think about every single thing. And it's so important to deliver the type of experience we want. You've got to really pay attention to every single detail, no matter how small it is. And that's why at the aquarium house, we spend so much time working on so many little details, whether it's the pondless waterfall, the 750-gallon tank, you know, all the little things that actually is going to make the experience, not only with the Reptarium and expansion, but also the fact that you could spend an entire weekend having a bunch of really cool experiences the entire day and entire night. Speaking of experience, we've got another little experience here I want to show you that's going to add to the overall awesomeness of this place. actually something that they call an Xfinity table. So it's actually super cool. I cannot wait to check this thing out. So instead of having just a table where you would have like, you know, a dozen or so board games, you actually have a touchscreen board game that you can play, I think, over 50 different games like Monopoly, Scrabble, all kinds of stuff right on this. Again, it just adds to the experience so that when you're here, you know, listen, maybe you're never gonna play this, but it's just another thing that's gonna make staying here absolutely incredible. Let's plug this in and see what it looks like. Whoa. Oh, I didn't even know it had sound. This is dope, man. So I'm starting Battleship right now. It just takes the board games to the next level with music and everything else like this. Look at this. I can deploy throw mode. Ready. All right, my turn is gonna be... I missed. Their turn. Miss. Sheesh. Miss again. I laid all the pieces. I should know where everything is. Oh, I'm playing myself, which is kind of, trust me, it keeps me up at night thinking about each and one of those every details that we have to put into the new aquarium. It's gonna be amazing. But wow, is there so many, literally thousands of little decisions that I have to make over the next 10 months. The next pillar is inspiring your love of wildlife. Obviously, the thing that gets me up in the morning and gets me excited is getting people to love reptiles and get people to love just wildlife in general. But because reptiles are the most demonized, I really put an emphasis on reptiles, although I want people to love all wildlife. In my wildest dreams, I could have never imagined when we opened up the Reptarium that over 200,000 people would have already visited. That gives me the opportunity to see 200,000 people and potentially grow their love of animals. Our goals and our hopes for that building across the street, when we're done with the expansion, the reptiles and the mammals and the aquariums are all set, that we'll get about 300,000 people a year actually visit. Think about that, 300,000 people potentially visit that building, and every single one of them walks through that door, and it gives us, myself, my educators, everyone the opportunity to potentially grow that person's love of wildlife. That's absolutely insane. And one step further, think about this. How many kids might actually visit the Reptarium or the aquarium for the first time, actually get an opportunity to interact with these animals and maybe grow their love to the point where they decide to dedicate their entire life, like I have, to animals and wildlife. I mean, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. The next pillar of my thoughts is that I want to transport you into another world. As soon as you walk through that door, I want you to feel like you're in a new world, you know, like you've never been there before. And it's absolutely incredible. Look at Drogo. He's definitely one that is absolutely amazing. And his enclosure, when you come in here, you definitely feel like you're in the Costa Rican rainforest. With this expansion, it's even more crazy because as soon as you walk in the door, you're going to have different areas. You're going to, one point, look like you're in the Amazon. Then you're going to feel like you're in the desert. And then maybe off the tropical island at some point, seeing marine life, animals, reptiles. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. And that's what I want to do, transport you into an area to get you away from your feeling for the day. Maybe you had a rough day, you come into our environment and you just forget about all of that and you just soak it all in, no matter what environment we actually are creating for you. I'm all about the experience. I mean, that's the thing that keeps me up at night, thinking about how I can create an experience that's going to bolster people's love of reptiles. Not only their love of reptiles, but also maybe encourage them to get other people to love reptiles, right? I want people to come in, get experiences that are absolutely ridiculous, and leave thinking like, I can't believe how much reptiles are amazing. We get so many people that come in and that don't want to be around reptiles at all. They're just there with another person that loves reptiles, and then they leave and go, wow, reptiles aren't as scary as I thought at all. And that's what I'm all about. Those experiences are what drives me, and that's the vision that I will continue to work on. And as you can see, our birthday party just showed up a bunch of kids for new experiences. They're the perfect age, right? We're gonna give them an opportunity to meet all these animals, get to see how cool these animals are, and maybe some of these kids will be those kids that I talked about that will absolutely fall in love with it, and who knows, maybe they'll be the future of wildlife. I've always been a fan of Disney. Every time I ever go, I absolutely love it there, and that company has actually inspired me tremendously to try to create those experiences, because in Disney, it's all about the little details. Whether you go to Disneyland, Disney World, any type of resort, it's so amazing, and it inspires me to implement their attitude towards those details into my world of animals. Sally, you're such a good girl. This year is the biggest year of my entire life. With this monster expansion, putting it all out on the line, this year is the biggest change of my life, but it's gonna be so absolutely amazing when we get to the finish line. But trust me, I will be far from done at the end of this year and at the end of this journey. You know, there's probably not a moment of my day over the last 6 months that I haven't thought about that place across the street. Thought about what it's going to actually turn into. Think about all the people that are going to come and have the experiences that I hope that we can deliver. And the interesting thing is that Walt Disney was the exact same age as I am right now when he opened up his first Disneyland. Now listen, I'm not trying to compare myself to Walt Disney. What I'm trying to say is that he inspired me. It's just kind of ironic that when his vision came to reality, he was the exact same age as I am. When my vision is going to start to come to reality with the expansion. So what do you think, guys? What do you think of the vision? Let me know in the comments like what you would like us to see in the future. What animal experience do you think will fit those pillars that I want to continue to use, those Disney pillars in our expansion? I'd like to know from you guys because listen, I want to do this together. You're part of my community. This doesn't happen without you, and I want you to be a part of every step of it. So let me know what you guys think about it. Trust me, guys, we have an amazing year ahead of us. The train is about to leave the station. Are you guys ready? Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, I laid all the pieces. I should know where everything is.